welcome to the Hollow. We are Toad Hollow.
Welcome to Maryland Sheep and Wool 2020.
Yes.
Thank you everybody for joining in and watching us, and also all the other vendors. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Yes. We are Toad Hollow. I am Mary Beth.
I am Helen.
And we are the creative hands and minds that dye all the yarn and make all the bags.
Yes.
We have two dogs that you may hear clicking around in the background. Their names are Spike and Drusilla, and normally you guys don't get to hear or see them because they don't get to come to the shows, but they are here with us as we film.
Part of the benefits of doing virtual festivals, we get all the crew.
Yes, you may actually see a cat wander through too, because there are two of them.
We are two sisters. We live together. We share the business together. We are on the coast of New Jersey. Last year was our first year doing Maryland Sheep and Wool. We were down in the field. We were really looking forward to coming back this year. We had a bigger tent.
Next year.
Right.
We will be there next year, but this year...
The world is our oyster. Welcome, world.
Yes.
And as Mary Beth said, oh, look, it's raining.
It must be Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Right, because we're about to have a thunderstorm. We're running around to get lights to brighten things up a little bit.
Let me tell you, last year, at least we're inside this year. Last year was a bit of a monsoon. However, okay, so you can find us. ToadHollowNJ.com, that is our website. We are also on Etsy as Toad Hollow NJ if you prefer to shop on Etsy. You can follow us on social media, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook as Toad Hollow NJ. We have a group on Facebook that is called Crafting with the Toads. You have to ask to join, but we let everybody who is a crafter in. And you can come show us what you are doing. We love to see what everybody else is doing. It doesn't have to be knitting or crochet. It can be anything. We are always willing to fall down a new rabbit hole.
Lots of cross stitch, lots of quilting in the group. It's a good group, very nice group. So
right.
Come join us. You just have to answer a couple questions to come in.
Just to make sure you're not a robot.
Right.
Because we don't want robots.
Also, you are watching us on our YouTube channel. We have a podcast called The Crafty Toads. We have been, over the last 7 weeks, podcasting almost every day. Just a little check-in every day with everyone. So if you would like to continue to watch us, just hit subscribe and hit the thumbs up. That's our nephews. Hit the thumbs up. Today we're going to take you to our booth, our virtual booth behind you.
Show you our yarns and our bags.
Right. But just every color is available in our three main bases, which are... we call it Sock Toad, which is 80% superwash, 20% merino, 100 grams, 400 yards.
Okay.
Then we have DK Toad, which is 100% superwash merino, 231 yards. Some people may call that a light worsted, so check your patterns when you're purchasing for a specific pattern, because some people may call it worsted, and you would actually be using our DK. It's a lovely, soft, squishy.
I love working.
It's just, I love our DK in our sweater. And then we have our Sweater Toad, which is an Aran base, and it's 181 yards for 100 grams.
So these are all three the same color in the 3 different bases.
So this is our Voodoo colorway, and you can see like the worsted and the DK get a slightly more vibrant color just because they're 100% superwash. The nylon, the 20% nylon, fades the color just a tad when you're doing it in sock. So,
okay, our yarns we usually dye in collections. There are 5 or 6 yarn colors per collection, and then we always do a mini skein set to go with each of the collections. A lot of our yarn is based on books and stories and things like that. We're huge readers. We love to read. It's our second favorite thing to do. So we base a lot of our colorways on that. We get our inspiration from books and things like that. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Just a quick note about our website. It is ToadHollowNJ.com, which is hopefully where you guys will be spending some time this afternoon. And when you first go to our website, there's a fairy tale picture, because that was the main focus of our yarns this year. And then below that, you'll see our collections for the website. So we have a bag section, we have a mini skein section, so you can just go to the mini skein section and see all our mini skein kits. We have sock totes, sweater totes. So you'll see duplicates in and around the website, but it's fairly easy to navigate. And if you have any questions at all, we will be around all weekend. We've got no place to go. So just DM us on Instagram is probably the fastest way to get us. So
Right.
Toad Hollow NJ. If you're not Instagram, we are monitoring the Maryland Sheep and Wool online community Facebook page, so you can leave us a question on one of our posts that we've put there.
And you can always email us at toadhollowNJ@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay.
And we are happy to answer any questions. We've already put together sweater quantities for some people, so please ask questions.
Oh yeah, no, we are here to answer your questions. Okay, so I think we should touch on quickly what we're wearing.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I am wearing, it is the Dunas shawl by Greta Munson. And it is in our April fairy tale colors. Cinderella was our April fairy tale. So the blue is Cinderella, and the pink, this is a very, very, very soft blush pink with gold overtones, is Bippity Boppity.
So we should probably, because I stopped you from doing this before, very quickly, this year we said that our yarns are in collections, and this year we release a new yarn every month, and we are basing them around fairy tales. So Cinderella was April, and we're going to take you through the first 5 months to show you all our different colors. However, I am wearing the Hi-Ho shawl that Corey Eichelberger, who is I Rock Knits, designed with our Maize colorway, which is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And I will show this a little bit more when we get over to the fairy tales.
Right.
But that's this. Okay, so.
And if you don't make it all the way through the video, there is a kit for this shawl in our shop.
Yes.
There is a section yarn kits.
For Maryland, last year we made a special bag that is the Blue Crab bag. We had so many people ask if it would be coming back. It is back. This is under our bags. It's called the Blue Crab bag. Can't miss it. It is a blue crab on white denim. Live, laugh, love on canvas on the back. It has white cotton webbing handles and a nice big zipper. All our bags have the cutout bottoms, so this one has a 5.5 inch bottom.
Right. And when you purchase the bag, everything will be as you see it, except inside fabric and zippers differ based on when the bag is made.
Availability.
Yes.
Okay, so this was last year's
So we
bag.
brought this one back because we did sell out of that last year very quickly.
And people wanted it back.
Yes,
They were quite
quite
vocal
demanding
about it. So, sorry, we have things kind of precariously balanced. All right.
So this year we were before the event got canceled, we were going to dye up another Maryland type colorway.
And we were
And
playing with Old Bay seasoning or the Maryland flag.
oh yeah, the Orioles, because we both love baseball. But then when we were going to dye the yarn, everything had changed. So we decided that we were going with Hope this year. So we have dyed up Hope Springs is our Maryland 2020 colorway.
This is just supposed to be bright, cheerful, happy. We got the color inspiration from a pot of hyacinths
Yep.
that we fell in love with.
It was actually purchased in Maryland.
It had pink foil around the bottom. It was yellow hyacinths and then the green. So that's where we got our inspiration from.
Because we were in Maryland just at the beginning of this whole mess, and the hyacinths were just coming out. And I had never seen yellow hyacinths before. We always get blues and pinks and purples and whites, but I'd never seen the yellows before. So we were so intrigued with the yellow hyacinth. And then we wanted to have a bag that goes with it. So we have Hope Springs Eternal.
And then that's the corresponding color.
The plan is that we are springing out of everything, and we are going to have a lovely summer.
So again, the image is heat pressed onto the front, which is white denim, and then the back is our Live, Laugh, Love canvas. So that is Maryland colorways this year. So this year, as we said, our yarn of the month is all based around fairy tales. January's fairy tale was Red Riding Hood. So we have Wolf and Red. And this is how Wolf knits up. And this is how Red knits up. So you can see. And February's fairy tale was The Princess and the Frog, and we opted to go the Disney version. So anybody who might know the Disney version, there is an alligator named Louis who likes to play his trumpet. So this is Louis with his trumpet. And then since it's set down in New Orleans with the voodoo, there are the voodoo dolls that come running after the Magic Man. Those are the voodoo. For March, we did the Bremen Town Musicians, and this is the town of Bremen. And then here are the musicians. For April, we did Cinderella. So we have, that's Cinderelli. And that's Bippity. Bippity boppity. For May, we have Snow White, which is white with black specks. I'm really sorry if it's blowing out. And then we have the Dwarves, which is a highly speckled. There are 13 different colors in here. We also have a mini skein set that are the Dwarves. There is a different color for each of the Dwarves. The high-ho shawl. So you can see how Snow White knits up. And then there are stripes. Everybody who has knit this, all our sample knitters, had so much fun doing it. As a matter of fact, one of them asked for her payment in another kit so she can make one for herself. And this is, the pattern is by Corey Eichelberger from I Rock Knits, and we do have kits of this available in the shop. When we were coming up with the idea of the fairy tales, there are certain parts of the fairy tales that happen in every story, like Once Upon a Time, and there's always a journey. So She Sailed Across the Ocean is the name of this one. There's always a good sidekick in it. So these are all the sidekicks. And then the couple rides off into the sunset. So that's Into the Sunset. And then they live happily ever after, which is pink with all sorts of bright colored confetti kind of speckles. So this is our Once Upon a Time fairy tales. Have a mini skein kit to go with it. Fairy tales. At the end of 3 months, we put together a 6 skein mini skein kit. So this is for the first 3 months, and then in June, after we release June's fairy tale, we'll have the 2 Cinderella minis for Snow White and the Dwarves, and whatever June's color is, because we can't let that out yet. And to go with our fairy tales, we have our fairy tale bags. This fabric has the covers of all different kinds of fairy tales on it. Also some just classics like Peter Pan, Arabian Nights. We've got Aesop's Fables, Pinocchio. Let's see. The Lost Princess of Oz, one of my favorites. So we have this. Our bags usually come in 3 different sizes. This is our large wedge. It's huge. You can put a blanket or a sweater in here and have plenty of room. It has pockets that go across the side, and then a really wide box bottom. So this is our large wedge. Then we also have our standard size wedge, which is great for 2-3 skein projects. Again, a box bottom, no pockets in this one. Both the large wedge and the standard wedge come interfaced with medium weight interfacing so that they will stand up by themselves. And then we also have a drawstring bag that has rope handles that will pull it closed. And this box bottom nice big bag.
The box bottom a little slower.
Oh, box bottom. So it's nice and big. It's a really nice big bag. And with these, it's not interfaced so that you can roll it down and turn it into a yarn bowl and just have your yarn in here and pull right from it. And then when you're ready to pack it up, you just roll it back up, put your project inside, pull it closed, and you're ready to go. And this is great for crumpling up and putting in a larger bag and taking your project with you everywhere you go. Another set of collections of yarns that we have, we call them Toad's Tales. They're stories that we wrote, just quick stories that we wrote based on characters that might live in the Hollow. We've referred to our house and the land around it as the Hollow, so these are characters that might live around here, and we make up little stories about them. This top row is the Dread Pirate Henry, and it's about a little boy named Henry, who's actually a rabbit, but he loves to read pirate stories, so he has characters from his favorite stories. And in here we have, this is Captain Kerr, this is Roddy the Rat, this is the cook, this is the Dread Pirate Henry, and this is the first mate. And then here is a cowl. This is Knitting at the Library Part 1. This is the Knitting at the Library cowl by Corey Eichelberger of iRock Knits. It's a great beginning project for beginner knitters because you're working on different types of knit stitches. And this is the Dread Pirate Henry collection Knit Up. Was Mrs. White's Tea Party, and it's about the Acorn Bowl, which is held in February, right around Valentine's Day. And for those people from the Hollow that don't like to go and watch sports, they might want to come and go to a tea party. So Mrs. White has a tea party every year. This is Welcome. This is Hearts for Tea. This is Hyacinths and Pansies. And this is the Cronies. The only one we are missing from that is the Invitation, because for some reason we can't keep that in stock. And here is the Autumn Harvest cowl that is knit in Mrs. White's colorways. This is the Invitation up here at the top. It's very, very pale with peaches and golds and grays. And then those are the other colors in there. Okay. Toad's Tail is Spring Fling. It's all about the fairies, the flower fairies that live in the woods, and their job is to wake up all the animals and the flowers for spring. And for that we have, these are all based on Cecily Mary Barker's Flower Fairies. So we have the crocuses on the left, then this is Stitchwort, Bluebell, Coltsfoot, and Wind Fairy. And we have mini skein kits for the Dread Pirate Henry, Mrs. White's Tea Party, and Spring Fling. And these can be found either in the collections, the Toad's Tail collections, or in our mini skein set collection. All right, one of our first collections that we did, we call this our boho collection, and it's based on getting up and running away from home. So we have Lady Defiance, Vagabond, Nomad, Eleutheromania, which is the desire to go out and explore, and then this is Moonstone. Moonstone is probably our most popular color that we have. We did brackets, sort of like March Madness, only we called it March Yarnness, and everybody who took part in it got to vote and pick their favorite, and then we put up color combinations and people voted on their favorites, and by a landslide, Moonstone was the winner. So Moonstone is, this is the Blur Shawl. We have kits of this available in the shop. It is a crochet shawl. It has most of the colors of boho in it, with a couple of additions, but down at the bottom, this last bit right here, that is moonstone, and that is how that works up. Gorgeous. A moonwake cowl. It is a Mobius cowl that is knit flat and then sewn together. And this is using the rest of our boho collection. The pink is Lady Defiance. The purple is Nomad. The light green is Eleutheromania. And the sea foamy bluey green is Vagabond.
This is by Andrea Mowry. It's a fun colorwork DK cowl. And we have kits in the shop.
Another one of our very, very popular colorways is our Princess Bride collection. For those of you that are fans of the Princess Bride, you will totally understand this. So we have
Mowage.
What brings us all together. So this is Mowage. Have fun storming the castle. Rodents of unusual size, or ROUS as we refer to it. I'm not really left-handed. As you wish. And then this is Gilder land. Gilder is the land that is in the Princess Bride. However, we did a trunk show up at Cece's Wool in Gilderland, New York. And so when we decided to dye this color, we had to make it Gilder land. Because we kept pronouncing it Gilderland, and then it's actually Gilderland.
Which everybody found very amusing.
Yes. So Cece's Wool people, you know what that is. So, Princess Bride kit, we made this up in Knitting at the Library Part 2, which is all lace work. This is a great cowl. So much fun to knit. And again, this is our Princess Bride colorway. And we have the mini skein kit to go with this. And again, this is by Corey Eichelberger from iRock Knits.
And we used... when we use the mini skeins to do these cowls, we showed earlier the Knitting at the Library Part 1. Corey's pattern calls for about a 14-row repeat per section. And what we did was we took the 20-gram mini skein and we knit the whole thing. So we got a much bigger, looser cowl than is called for. So you can either do it as per pattern or the way we did, which is just using up the full minis. And we also went up a couple needle sizes.
And it makes it a much looser, for us, more comfortable fit. We don't like things tight around our necks. We have the kits listed in the shop with or without the patterns, but we do have the patterns available to send with them as well. Yep. When we were at one of our trunk shows, we found a bookstore, and they had this book, and we fell in love with it. It's called The Lost Words, and it's about the author, Robert McFarland, found out that the Junior Dictionary is taking out a bunch of words that aren't being used as much anymore, such as dandelion and goldfinch and adder and things like that, and replacing them with email and PDF and attachment because children aren't using the words anymore. So he put together a bunch of poems that go with these words that are being taken out. And he got Jackie Morris, who is an illustrator, to do the illustrations to go with it, which are just amazing. And we fell in love with the book and dyed some yarn to go with it. So this is adder. This is acorn. This is dandelion. That's dandelion. Oh my God, I love that color. This is goldfinch. And then we took this whole picture and used it as the inspiration for The Lost Words, which is the name of the book. And our collection. We call the collection The Lost Words. And, well, yes, we do have a mini skein kit for that.
If you can think of it, we got a mini skein kit for it.
Right. Our last collection, which is any self-respecting yarn dyer, we have the Harry Potter collection. these are just a couple of the colors. We do have some more listed, such as Christmas at Hogwarts, which is a huge fan favorite, and we brought it back for the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, and it's sold out. But we will be dyeing more, if you're not. So what we have for here is we have Mandrake Root. This is potions, and the whole spirit behind potions was if you're a student and you're doing all sorts of spells and things, and you're making potions and you're spilling ingredients all over your potions cupboard, this is what all the ingredients spilled would look like. This is Fawkes, basically the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is our nod toward Hagrid. This is the Peruvian viper tail eggs.
Viper tooth.
Oh, viper tooth, right, sorry. Peruvian viper tooth egg. It's a dragon. These are the mer people. And then this is Dementor's Kiss. Again, a supremely popular one. I think we're sending out maybe 8 or 9 of those over the next day because those are very popular. And then we have a mini skein kit to go with it, with those colors. We also have Crookshanks, which is done after Hermione's cat.
Have a Harry Potter club. So we sell those in quarterly installments. So we're going to be finishing up with the second quarter in June, and then we will release slots for the third quarter. But we can show you the colors that were.
This is Owls Behaving Badly. That was the first one. The second one was, there was a cat reading a map. The third one was The Keeper of the Keys, and this is Hagrid with his pink umbrella.
So those are not available?
But if you would like to be a part of the club, you can.
Yeah, we're just showing you them so you can see kind of what the colors are.
So this is the first one of the second quarter. This is Ron. The second quarter is based all around companions. So this is Ron Weasley. The maize color just went out, so we can't show you because people haven't gotten it yet. But that will be coming soon.
And some of them are one-offs, never to be done again. But others will show up 3 or 4 months down the road. But they are exclusive from the first bit. Okay, so then finally we, as we said, we are avid readers. So we like, when we come across a book that we just love, that's what we consider a 5-star read, we dye yarn to go with it. So we wanted to show you some of our 5-star reads.
Okay, so this is Lucy, and this is from Narnia. We had a whole set, and Lucy is the one that survived because she just perfect.
Sounds awful.
One of the books that we read last year was The Lost Girls of Paris that we loved, and this is the book, or the yarn to go with that.
This was my, and this is Helen speaking, choice for the March Yarnness. I took The Lost Girls all the way to the end.
I took Lucy. Neither of us won.
Yes.
We went with our heart, not with what we thought would win. Because
if we had gone with trying to win, we both would have picked Moonstone because we knew. This
is Hanging the Stars from Mary Poppins. There is a story in the Mary Poppins book that is all about hanging the stars. Then 2 of our favorite reads from last year were, this is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna.
It's all about Alaska. Alaska is really the main character of that book. So it's mainly white with just a little bit of forest green for the trees, a little bit of dark for the
trunks
and the trunks of the trees, and then
there's
white.
A little bit of sea foamy blue for the water.
Okay.
And then, hands down, our favorite book from last year, and we read quite a few books.
Yeah.
Was
turn it so we get the peach.
Okay. This is Where the Crawdads Sing, and
Owens.
This is based on the blue heron, the great blue heron. We found a picture of a great blue heron, and these are the colors that were in it. And Helen put it together in a skein of yarn, and oh man, is it spectacular.
And next to Moonstone, this is popular. We always say it's a dye day, so of course we're dyeing crawdads in Moonstone.
Yep. Okay, so we have just a couple more quick things to show you.
So we have some samples of our yarn knit up, just so you can see some of them, and also to show you some of the kits that we have in the shop.
All right, so this
is just a sample to show you how the crawdads knit up.
This is the crawdads. This is the Knit Flicks and Chill. We have a kit for this. It takes 2 skeins of the Great Alone and 1 skein of Illusion. You can always mix and match and do things a little bit differently. At a trunk show, we had somebody who, rather than using Illusion, she decided she was going to do it with Merpeople, which I think is stunning. Okay. So that would be beautiful. This is another one of our most popular shawls. This is the Lunaria by
Annie Lupton.
This is done up in our Sense and Sensibility, which is from our Jane Austen collection. I'm Not Really Left-Handed from Princess Bride, and Goldfinch from our Lost Words collection. It is a gorgeous 3-skein shawl, so much fun to knit, and so delicate and feminine and just pretty. And we're back! And we're back! So just a couple of last quick things before we go. I can't see. I need my glasses. There we are. All right. One of the things we do, and these are available in our shop, is we do an advent calendar every year. We do 24 20-gram minis. They are 80% superwash, 20% nylon base. Last year we did it based around all different kinds of things that you might like to do leading up to the holidays. This was baking Christmas cookies, going Christmas shopping. So you get 24 mini skeins and a full skein of yarn. I already knit mine into the socks, so that's not available. And then you always have the option of adding a special bag that we make specifically for...
So this bag was exclusive to the advent calendar,
Right.
and that's the way it is every year.
There is also the option of doing the 12 days of Christmas, where you can just get 12 skeins of yarn. You can add the bag if you like, but you don't get the full skein at the end. So that is our mini skein kit. And one of the last things we wanted to mention was last year was our first year doing this, but we host a Tri-Wizarding tournament every summer. Basically what it is we give you 3 challenges to do over the months of June, July, and August. You have to knit or crochet something. Last year we did a pair of socks, a cowl, and a shawl.
Right. The Firebolt shawl that was in the shawl that we showed you in Where the Crawdads Sing was the Firebolt shawl. That was our shawl from last year. So we are going to run it in our Ravelry group and the Facebook group this year. And what it is you do not know what you are knitting until the first of the month. We let you know on the first of the month so nobody can start early. And then you have 30 days to knit that project. It is a project that can be knit in 30 days. Meredith and I each managed to do most of them.
Yeah.
And we're slow knitters.
Right.
But you get points for starting, you get points for finishing, you get points for using Toad Hollow yarn, and there will be other little points added that we will mention as we start to get closer to it. But if you want to keep an eye on our Ravelry group or come join us on Crafting with the Toads on Facebook, we will have a
whole spiel about it.
Yeah, the whole thing. So, but it's a fun time. There are prizes. There will be a grand prize for the person who gets the most points at the end of the summer, and then we give prizes throughout arbitrarily.
Yes, because we're nice that way. We're nice that way. Also, we will be talking about this on the podcast, so if you follow us on the podcast, you'll hear about it then, and we always mention it on Instagram as well.
Right. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep up to date with everything. I will also put in a link down below if you would like to sign up for our newsletter. We are not regular newsletter senders.
Trust me, we are not going to spam you.
We will not spam you. But when we have new collections coming out and we're going to shows or we have a trunk show coming up or whatever, we do send a newsletter. So you can keep up to date with us there.
Yep. I think that is about it.
Yes. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming
guys.
and joining the Maryland Virtual Festival. And we will see you guys all in the field next
Yep.
Next
We
May.
will be there.
Yep.
Okay. Bye.